suddenly Anfield, inside the ground, completely quiet, just the sound of the wind blowing across the stadium, and of course that has a particular resonance, that minute's silence here in this ground for Liverpool with their history. So it is Liverpool against Rangers. English and Scottish clubs have been playing each other in European competitions for 61 years. This is the first time that Liverpool and Rangers have played each other in a competitive match. And the anticipation is tremendous. Big occasion, big night, special occasion. They've appointed UEFA the man who refereed the Champions League final last season, Clément Turpin of France. He is in black shirt, black shorts and turquoise socks. And he blows his whistle. And it's Rangers who get the match underway, this UEFA Champions League group match here at Anfield. They'll meet again next week at Ibrox. We'll bring you that as well. But tonight, Liverpool in the all-red kit with the white trim, and the ball with Alexander-Arnold in the right-back position. You're with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds and BBC Radio Merseyside as well. Welcome to all of you joining our coverage this evening here from Anfield. The smoke from the Rangers flares is just drifting away now. We've got clear sight of the pitch down there, and Liverpool in possession inside their own half with Joel Matip. Both of these sides not in the best of form, patchy form, we know that. Liverpool 11 points off the top of the Premier League, and Rangers still without a point or a goal on their return to the group stage of the Champions League. Ball is hit out of play by Ryan Kent, and it's a throw-in for Liverpool on the halfway line. And here's Van Dijk now, just knocking the ball forward and then playing it infield to Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain, who turns way to his right and gives it to the under fire Trent Alexander-Arnold. The topics of the moment to discuss his form, whether it's for club or country. And he curls the ball across the back line to Van Dijk. And Van Dijk shoves over Tillman after playing the ball away. Forward it goes to Nunez now on the left-hand side. Nunez onto his right foot, but Rangers are able to clear that away on the edge of their own penalty area. Morelos gets a touch, and it bounces away through to goalkeeper Alisson, who's actually 15 yards outside his penalty area. So Liverpool, Dion Dublin going with this Fab Four: Salah, Nunez, Diaz and Jota, in the hope that goals will bring back form.
Well, there's enough goals in those players that you've mentioned. I think it's one of those where they have to create as many chances as possible. I'm sure that Jota and Diaz and Salah will find themselves in them goal-scoring positions. It's just creating the chances.
Here's Salah on the right-hand side. Just 2 goals in 8 appearances for him. It comes forward for the shot from Nunez, but close enough to McGregor, who was able to just move to his left and parry it away. But Nunez, that was on target. Liverpool are coming in. Here's Alexander-Arnold from the right-hand side with a cross that is blocked behind, and it's a corner, and suddenly Liverpool are alive.
Yeah, they are, because they've put 2 or 3 passes together down the right-hand side. A few little triangles there, looking very comfortable. Nunez shot being blocked. Trent Alexander down the outside in that attacking position we'd like to see him in.
So McGregor already forced into action, more or less straight at him, just parried it away, got his hands up in front of his face as he fell to his left. So corner from the right-hand side for Liverpool, attacking towards the Anfield Road end, the end that's being rebuilt. His corner towards the penalty spot. Van Dijk with a header. It's headed away inside the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper could have caught that, I felt, but it was headed away, and then Morelos sweeps it away towards the halfway line. Rangers, their first choice kit as well, blue shirts with the white numbers, white shorts, and the black socks with the red tops. And yes, to see Sir Alex Ferguson here, what an occasion. That just adds to the occasion, watching his old club as the ball is played over the top for Salah to chase, and he was being leaned into by Davis, but he went down looking at the referee, who was having none of it in terms of a free kick just outside the box. Rangers play it forward for Morelos, but that's well ahead of him, and Alisson will allow it to bounce through for a goal kick. 0-0, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, I just believe it. They're the runs that they will have to look out for tonight, Rangers. That run from out to in of Salah in between the fullbacks and the centre halves. There'll be a lot of movement that those Rangers defenders are going to have to stay incredibly concentrated not to concede early in this first half. Stay in the game, that's what they've got to do.
A busy footballing night tonight, up and down the country across a range of competitions. 5 Live final score is up and running again tonight, so you can listen to the 5 Live commentary alongside the final score graphics and the video printer via the red button. Ball played over the top for Nunez, it's headed away, it comes out to Luis Diaz, now arriving Tsimikas, who goes for goal from a wide position and slashed it well wide of the near post and behind for a goal kick to Rangers. So yeah, 5 Live final score via the red button, via BBC iPlayer, via the BBC Sport app. Just click on 5 Live final score, and already a couple of goals in one of the big games in League One. Plymouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1 is the score between first and third. And in the Championship, 2 early goals at Kenilworth Road, where it's Luton 1, Huddersfield 1, after Huddersfield took the lead. I'll give you news of the scorers in a moment or two. But Liverpool heading the ball away from the edge of their own penalty area with Matip, and then it's played back by Tsimikas to goalkeeper Alisson. Bold from Tsimikas to go for goal a few moments ago, Dion?
Yeah, I think there was a few players in red shirts saying just pull it back, get it across the box.
So Liverpool Rangers is underway. Also Tottenham are underway in Germany, playing the team that beat Rangers in the Europa League final last season, Eintracht Frankfurt. Ball played forward for Liverpool, and then Nunez goes down. There's contact from behind. It's Davis. He went down rather theatrically, Nunez, but there was contact, and the free kick's been given. What's this, 25 yards out, maybe slightly more?
Yeah, just in line with the corner of the D, maybe 8 yards away from the corner of the D on the left-hand side as Liverpool go forward. Trent's over it, Thiago's over it as well, Jordan Henderson having a chat. I think what they'll find tonight is the defenders, the Rangers defenders, King and Davies and Goldson, is they'll just have to be a little bit more patient. You can't win the ball all the time.
Correct decision. It was a free kick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just caught his legs. Got too tight, too upright as well. Get low, hand in the small of the back.
So it's a free kick, left of centre. The white line, the spray. The referee's put that down about a yard inside the box. It's just a plain 5-man Rangers wall, and Liverpool have 4 men around the set piece. Jordan Henderson walks away. Alexander-Arnold looks the favourite, I must say. Salah is there as well, but it is Alexander-Arnold who's placing the ball. It's 0-0, very early stages. Salah to the right of the ball now, just Alexander-Arnold to the left. The referee's just having a word with the Rangers wall, and then backs away, backs between Alexander-Arnold and the ball. Liverpool have now put 2 men just to the right of the wall. Alexander-Arnold goes for it! He's scored! Well, there's a reply to the critics from Trent Alexander-Arnold. 7 minutes on the clock, right foot curler over the wall, beyond McGregor's dive to his right, into the top corner, and Liverpool 1, Rangers 0.
I think you'll do well to see a better goal than that from that position. Trent Alexander-Arnold, hands on his hips, takes a couple of steps, and he just whips it over the centre of the wall into the top left-hand corner as he looks. Keeper had absolutely no chance. I felt for the keeper because Salah was over it, Trent's over it. We're thinking Trent's the only one that could take it, but Salah could take it too. It was right in the top bag. Amazing free kick. Thank you very much, Trent. That's the start they wanted.
Beautifully hit by Alexander-Arnold.
Amazing. Is everybody watching that? Is everybody listening to that? Trent?
You could feel the warmth of his smile down there from up here in the top tier.
Yeah, he was down on his knees, John. I seen him in the corner, down on his knees, arms apart as if to say, listen, that's what I can do.
He'll feel a great deal better after that, Trent Alexander-Arnold, but not so Rangers and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. There's no Liverpool going behind first tonight in the Champions League against Rangers. They've got their noses in front, and now Rangers putting in challenges in the centre circle. Suddenly it's fiery, but Thiago wins it back. Jordan Henderson gets to his feet, claps his hands, shouts at anyone who'll listen. Ball for Nunez down the right-hand side. His cross comes off Davis and bounces behind for another Liverpool corner. 1-0 already, and Liverpool, it seems, are looking to press on the accelerator.
Yeah, they're sharp tonight, Liverpool. Jordan Henderson's just looking at his players in the eyes, pointing and telling them where to go. Salah's movement's been great. Nunez has been outstanding. Only a few minutes gone, but they look so lively.
So it is a corner from the right, and the man who scored the opening goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, was applauded there into the corner. Such a brilliant free kick taker, and he's a very decent corner taker as well, although this one he's curled straight out of play and back in, so it's a goal kick to Ray. And now there's a bit of carry on between Nunez and Connor Goldson over where this free kick's been taken, and Clement Turpin is now standing in front of Darwin Nunez and wagging his finger in his face and telling him that he's got to cut it out, whatever it is. And Darwin Nunez responds by shaking hands with him.
Yeah, he had his hands behind his back as if to say, have I got detention, sir? He just was listening, didn't want to get himself in trouble. Just walk away. Walk away. Great start from your team. Walk away, get out the way.
Actually, it didn't swing out of play and come back in. It was given. That was a free kick, given presumably against Darwin Nunez. I think we can safely say that because of the referee's telling off for Liverpool's number 27. So Liverpool 1-0 up on Rangers. I wonder how things have started for Tottenham in Germany. Conor McNamara's monitoring that tonight.
10 minutes played, Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Tottenham have had the one attempted goal of the game. It was Emerson who was centre stage in the North London derby at the weekend. His shot was powerful, but it was too high. Tottenham have had the only attempts of the game. They've had more of the possession too, but it's Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
Thank you, Connor. Liverpool 1, Rangers 0. More Champions League commentary this time tomorrow night if you're listening to 5 Live. The commentary match is Chelsea against the Italian champions AC Milan. Ian Dennis and Matt Upson will be your voices at this very time tomorrow night. The TV screens in front of us are just showing it. Again, the opening goal. I mean, a high over the wall, got the dip. Alexander-Arnold ran away, slid on his knees, arms apart. Who's smiling now, Dion?
It was just very composed. He didn't have to hit it too hard. He didn't blast it over the wall. It was fed over the wall into that top corner. Perfect free kick.
The early scores in the Champions League have been confirmed. The early kick-offs, Bayern Munich 5-0 winners against Viktoria Plzen, so they've now got 9 points, 9 out of 9 in that group, which features Inter and Barcelona, who are playing tonight. And in Tottenham's group, Marseille did win 4-1 in the end against Sporting. Liverpool coming again, 1-0 up. Now here's Luis Diaz, curling a shot from the edge of the D that flies away by only a yard or so over the top corner, and it looks lively for Liverpool. Darwin Nunez has already been involved in the action. He won the free kick from which Liverpool scored the opening goal. We've seen flashes from Salah on the right, and now Luis Diaz getting involved.
Yeah, it's great seeing Thiago there. Thiago's in the centre of the pitch. He's on the half turn, as you would expect him to be. Checks his shoulders. He receives the ball from Trent, but he knows exactly on his left shoulder. He can't even see it. It's a no-look pass into Salah. Movement's great. If you can break those lines, dangerous tonight.
Liverpool coming again down the left-hand side. Ball played into the middle. Rangers have simply not been allowed to settle into this match yet, and already conceding in the match in the 7th minute. And now there's a foul on Tavernier just near the halfway line, and it's a free kick to Rangers. Worst case scenario for Giovanni van Bronckhorst to concede in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, listen, if Liverpool are going to start like that with that kind of concentration and that kind of quality, then it is going to be difficult for Rangers, but they just need to get a hold of the ball, get a feel of the ball, stop the rot, so to speak, so far, and just feel the way into the game. There's a lot of quality in that Rangers side. They can hurt Liverpool, but they need the ball to do so.
Rangers playing the ball back into their own half, and here is Ben Davies, who will just carry it back towards the edge of his own penalty area. Ben Davies across to Goldson. There are 5 Englishmen in this Rangers team tonight, only 2 in the Liverpool side, but one of the Englishmen has scored for Liverpool, that opening goal. Ben Davies, who just didn't happen for him here at Anfield, and now has ended up at very early stages of his Rangers career for Ben Davies, the Cumbrian, as the ball is cut out near the edge of the penalty area, and that was Davies just sliding through. Otherwise the ball would have perhaps run through to Nunez, and it's out for a throw into Liverpool on the right hand side, which is taken down the line. Nunez allows it to bounce and then volleys it across, but goalkeeper McGregor is able to come and take the bouncing ball above his head. So just underarms it out to Conor Goldson. Just taps it to his left to Ben Davies. Davies puts his foot on the ball. Liverpool just sitting off them at the moment. And now it's across to the right-hand side to King, the 18-year-old. Long ball downfield. This is for Tillman, the Bayern Munich low knee to chase after, but Van Dijk comfortably there first and is able to play it back to Alisson. Forward to the halfway line, comes off the head of Barisic. Now Salah's onto it down the right-hand side. Salah approaching the penalty area into the box. Barisic steps off, curling shot across the face of goal that McGregor has to go down and get a touch to send it wide. But Salah given far too much time there.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need Salah on the ball as much as possible. Great ball actually from Alisson. It was turned around the corner, I think by Nunez into Salah, and Salah's got one-on-one. Corner of that corner of the box, right-hand side. He wants to come in on his left foot and try and curl it in the corner. Good save though by McGregor.
So corner from the left-hand side for Tsimikas, who takes it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, which is headed up and away. Still haven't cleared the defensive third. Tsimikas comes back to him inside the penalty area, forced away by Tillman. Now it's played back towards Nunez, who seems to be everywhere at the moment, the Uruguayan. Now Luis Diaz has got Tsimikas almost too close to him, so plays it back to Thiago. Thiago back to Luis Diaz. Diaz just to walking pace. Tsimikas in the fullback position. He angles it back now to Thiago on his right foot. Thiago curls it in towards, well, Matip was closest to it, but it was beyond him and bounces through for a goal kick. Liverpool 1, Rangers 0 is the score here on 5 Live, BBC Sounds and Radio Merseyside. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, there's so much movement in that front four at the moment. Jota's just sat in behind Nunez, and Diaz floating in and around the centre forward position, predominantly out left, and then Salah's out wide right, but they're interchanging, and it's making it difficult for those Rangers players to figure out where they're going to be at a certain time. So
Liverpool with Matip getting his head to the ball ahead of Ryan Kent, and it bounces through to Alisson, underarmed out by Alisson. Luton 1, Huddersfield 1. It was an own goal. Huddersfield took the lead, but Adebayo equalised to make it 1-1. All of the other games in the Championship currently at 0-0. We are at Sheffield United against QPR, the leaders against 5th place QPR. Tom Gale's there.
32 minutes gone, John, 0-0. Visitors have taken a while to get into this one, but moments ago, Ilias Chair, Moroccan international, mazy run, 25 yards or so, left-hand side of the box, slow shot, foddering with the save. It's Sheffield United 0, QPR 0.
Rangers just clearing the ball away through goalkeeper McGregor. It was a decent save actually that he made, just a touch to the ball to keep out Salah. And now Morelos forward. Morelos preferred to top scorer Cholak tonight. Tillman. Then comes the challenge on him from Thiago. Ball bounces back into the Liverpool left-back position. Van Dijk knocks it back to Alisson, who is able to just take a gentle touch and pull it across his 6-yard box. Morelos closes him down. One or two murmurs because Alisson just takes the ball away out to the right side of the 6-yard box. Morelos was there. Lovely turn by Kent. And then the challenge comes in on him from Alexander-Arnold. That's given us a free kick. Well played, Ryan Kent.
Yeah, done well there, Kent. He didn't panic. He was going to be under pressure. I think it's from Jordan Henderson. He just, nice little turn. He's going towards the edge of the box, Liverpool's box, and I think he was just about to set himself a shot up. Lovely little turn. Watching the replay here, just drags his studs on it away from Jordan Henderson. And Trent Alexander just had to give him a little bit too much contact there before he got into a dangerous area. Referee got that one right.
Yeah, big night for him as well. I mentioned Ben Davies. Ryan Kent, former Liverpool youngster, Liverpool player, joined them as a 7-year-old. Never got to play at Anfield in a competitive match for the Liverpool first team. And he's having his opportunity tonight. He'll have enjoyed that. So free kick out towards the left-hand side for Rangers. Liverpool already 1-0 up in this match. The captain, Tavernier, standing over the ball. Might tap it square. Rangers have sent up Conor Goldson, of course, from the back, and Ben Davies as well. Still they wait. Liverpool with a 3-man wall. Tavernier steps away now. At right angles to the left of the ball, and he comes up and he strikes it into the Liverpool wall. Bounces down. Kent on the edge of the box, shoots goalwards, but wildly. It's high. It's 3/4 of the way up the cup before it lands.
And they're the half chances that you have to concentrate. You have to really concentrate on those. Kent there, he's only 20 yards out his edge of the box. He lashes at it, The free kick went into the wall, bouncing on the edge of the box, and really he's got to take a little bit more care with that, because they're the half chances that you have to hit the target with.
Liverpool coming away again down the right-hand side with Jota. Back to Salah. Now Diaz, centrally. Diaz pulls it onto his right foot and then plays it back to Thiago. Headed infield by Tsimikas. And then Diaz is dispossessed. Shouts for handball. That's not given. Rangers bring it away. Ball played forward, up towards Stephen Davis, the veteran Northern Ireland international. Now back into the left-back position where Lundstram is there, and he's given it away, and Liverpool come through the middle. Diaz again thought, I think, about the shot. Back it comes to Thiago. Henderson, first-time touch from him. Applause for that. Into the path of Tsimikas, and then a curling ball into the Rangers penalty area, headed away by Goldson. Comes out to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold with a cross, but that's over Nunez. It's headed away, comes out to Thiago. Thiago deftly lifts it forward with his right foot, then it's headed across by Tsimikas, but caught by McGregor in between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot. In this group, it is Ajax 1, Napoli 1. 2 quick goals. Ajax were in front. Napoli have equalised through Raspadori. And Huddersfield are back in front. Luton 1, Huddersfield 2. Mark Fotheringham's Huddersfield as they are now. Jordan Rhodes with the second goal for Huddersfield tonight. Also Burton 0, Fleetwood 1, and Liverpool with the ball at the back. So let's get another update on Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham from Conor McNamara.
20 minutes played, both sides have had good chances now. First for Tottenham, Harry Kane sliding in after a free kick on the right hand side. He found a pocket of space at the back post. He'll be disappointed not to have hit the target. And down the other end, the Frankfurt captain Roda with a shot that was deflected out for a corner. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
Thank you, Conor. 1-0 Liverpool lead, and it's been mainly Liverpool. Back it comes to Salah, tried to work it, but there were 3 Rangers players in position on the edge of the penalty area, and they managed to block it away. Now it comes to the right-hand side, where Liverpool win it back, and it's played forward towards the edge of the box, and Rangers half clear. King with a challenge, it bounced off. Well, there were 2 or 3 players on the edge of the box. Unfortunately for Rangers, it bounced back into the path of McGregor, who was coming out of his 6-yard box, and he was able to slide and gather the ball.
Yeah, it's got to be so difficult for those Rangers players at the moment. Liverpool are allowing them to have it in their own final third, but as soon as they take a step into that middle third, it's just a constant red shirts everywhere. They've got no time on the ball at all. They're working so hard to get the ball back, Liverpool. Rangers haven't been able to make 2 or 3 passes because of the hard work of that Liverpool midfield.
So Liverpool 1-0 up, Tottenham still 0-0 in Germany. In the Championship, just the one match with goals, that Luton 1, Huddersfield 2 scoreline. The rest of the matches all 0-0. Thiago plays the ball to the left-hand side. Here's Tsimikas again. Kostas Tsimikas started 3 matches in a row now with Andy Robertson out with that injury, and the ball is played crossfield, but above and over Diogo Jota, and it's out of play for a throw in. 2 Rangers halfway inside their own half. What have you made so far, Dion, of the front 4 for Liverpool, how it's worked?
Yeah, well, we've just seen Thiago trying to find Jota out wide right, Salah come inside, so they've been allowed to rotate that front 4. They're everywhere at the moment. They're working hard to be the first line of the squeeze, and it's working at present.
All the stars are out tonight, Dion.
Thank you very much, John.
Yes,
kind of you.
You're spearheading it, of course. And Sir Alex Ferguson, I mentioned. I mean, Steven Gerrard had to be here tonight, didn't he? Of course. Liverpool and Rangers. Of course he did. Here's Thiago playing the ball across to the left-hand side. The cameras have just picked out the Aston Villa manager. And now Tillman, still Rangers halfway inside his own half. I mean, the match has been played almost exclusively in the Rangers half. Back it comes to Henderson. Henderson now square. Salah's got space here. 25 yards out, gives it to his right. Alexander-Arnold drives the shot, and it comes off the back of Barisic and bounces away out for a throw on the far side. Walsall 1, Northampton 0. And cross from the right from Alexander-Arnold is caught by McGregor on the edge of the 6-yard box. Let's see how things have started in the Reading-Norwich match in the Championship. That is 3rd against 2nd. Aaron Paul.
Reading 0, Norwich 0. John, Norwich have dominated possession, but it's Reading who've had the best chances. Junior Hoylett with a cross on the right. Andy Carroll with a great header. Tim Krul with an even better save. Jeff Hendrick, meanwhile, has just cracked the post with a long-range volley for Reading. It remains Reading 0, Norwich 0.
And Luton have made it 2-2. Adebayo scored his 2nd of the match. Luton 2, Huddersfield 2. Liverpool with it, with Jordan Henderson. Turns and gives it to his left to Thiago. No Fabinho for Liverpool tonight. If you've just joined us, Jurgen Klopp making 3 changes. So Firmino on the bench, Carvalho on the bench and Fabinho on the bench. Remains to be seen, doesn't it, whether he'll stick with this formation. Arsenal away on Sunday, that's a 5 Live commentary match, that's a big one. Away against the leaders. Then Rangers at Ibrox next Wednesday. Then the following Sunday, Manchester City come here. You'll hear all of those matches with us here on 5 Live. Here's Salah back towards Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold again, in comes the challenge on him from Davis, and it rolls away towards the halfway line. Rangers with Ryan Kent back to the edge of the box and then back all the way to McGregor. Must mention John Lundstram as well in the Rangers midfield. When you talk about the Liverpool links, former Evertonian, came through the ranks at Everton, but was a Liverpool fan as a boy, John Lundstram. Ball hooked forward by Davis up towards Morelos. Morelos now over the head of Tillman, and Tsimikas does well and is able to shepherd it out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool. Hartlepool 1, Doncaster 0 in League 2, and Liverpool forward towards Salah and then back towards Alexander-Arnold again. He opened the scoring tonight. He'd just joined us. Liverpool scoring in the 7th minute. Nunez was fouled by Ben Davis. Free kick round about 25 yards out, beautifully converted by Trent Alexander-Arnold for what is his 3rd goal of the season. Really though, Dion, I mean, it's the questions are over his defending, not what he does at the other end of the field.
No,
however,
not at all.
He'll feel all the better for it.
Of course he will. Celebration was good. Satisfying celebration for him. Liverpool's body language is different tonight. The way they're passing the ball is different. The concentration's good.
Significantly better.
They mean it tonight.
Yeah. Here they are with the ball on the right-hand side again. Salah does well. Nunez now angles it back, but the 2 men in red in the middle were in the 6-yard box, and he pulled it back, and there was only blue there, and it was cleared behind for a corner to Liverpool that Tsimikas is actually going to take now from that far side. So rather than Alexander-Arnold's outswingers, the Greek left back, who we were talking to yesterday, you might have heard him on the 5 Live Football Daily this morning, our Rangers Liverpool special. Here he is, swings it in, and it's headed up and away by Lundstram. Doesn't clear the penalty area though, just flick-headed further away by Davis. Now it comes back to the right-hand side, cross right across the 6-yard box, and Goldson is there at the back post to put it behind for another Liverpool corner. Absolutely dominating possession. I mean, they've barely been out of their own half, Rangers.
It is. It's difficult for them, Roddy, because the amount of pressure they've been put under in the final third.
We'll get a word from Roddy in just a moment. Let's just see this corner first. Roddy's just sitting to our right, and we're looking down to our left, and Alexander-Arnold is going to take the in-swinger now from the left-hand side. Here's the corner into the edge of the 6-yard box, and Van Dijk so close to getting his head to that. I mean, it must have been so close just to brushing that slicked back black hair of the former Celtic man, don't forget, Virgil van Dijk. So it's out of play. It's a goal kick to Rangers. 1-0 Liverpool lead. We are almost half an hour into the contest. Roddy, what have you made of it so far?
Well, I was concerned about the sheer amount of possession that Liverpool were dominating early on. It took, they're 64% according to the stat count. It took Rangers 17 minutes to get the ball to stick up top with Morelos and Kent, and as soon as they did so, that was their one moment of danger with the free kick. Here Liverpool come again.
Yeah, danger this time at the other end for Rangers in their own defensive third. Powerful run down the left from Darwin Nunez, and he's been able to win a corner from that. The Rangers fans there, officially 2,600 of them on Merseyside, but in actual fact there are thousands and thousands. Estimates were 15,000-20,000 would come and just be in the city, watch the game, and certainly Rangers fans very much in evidence in Liverpool city centre earlier. So this corner, Tsimikas will take this one, so the outswinger now towards the penalty spot. Van Dijk again heads it down. Leon King, the teenager, doing the marking on the great Liverpool defender, and did well. Liverpool still with it though, attacking towards the end where all of those Rangers fans are, the ultras dressed in black, clapping their hands above their heads. Ball out to the left-hand side. Tsimikas gets it down. Tsimikas taking on Tillman. Tillman does well. Tsimikas is still snapping away at him, and he's able to turn and pass it forward. And then Lundstrom in there plays the ball off Tsimikas. I'm not sure whether that might have been another corner, but it's been given as a goal kick.
Yeah, I think he might have got lucky there, Lundstrom. I think they've not really had a chance, you know. That Rangers two in the middle there, you know. I know Stephen Davis well, played with him at Villa. Lundstrom, they like to get the ball, they like to dictate the pace of the play. Kent's having to come all the way back, Tillman's having to come all the way back. They're going into a 5-4-1 because they just need to stop what Liverpool are trying to do, which is just dominate the game completely. Difficult for them though, John, it really is. They need the ball, they've not had the ball.
Yeah, that's another Van Bronckhorst choice for this evening, isn't it? Stephen Davis, experience on a night like this, 37 years old. So they've got the 40-year-old McGregor in goal, the 37-year-old Davis in midfield. Here's Nunez down the left-hand side into the right-back area, onto his right foot. The cross is cleared away by Goldson on the half volley towards the halfway line. And Liverpool come again. Well, groans though. Nunez has ball in from the left-hand side, presented it back to Rangers, and then teenager King is able to win a throw-in for his side off Nunez, throwing to Rangers halfway inside their own half. So 1-0 Liverpool continue to lead. As for Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham, Conor McNamara.
Half an hour played, still Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Another chance though for Spurs, and another chance for Harry Kane, who controlled well on the edge of the D, swivelled into a shooting position, but just dragged his shot wide of the target. So Tottenham have now had 4 chances, but it's Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
Alexander-Arnold carrying the ball forward, chipping it into the penalty area, but headed away by Ben Davis. Comes back for Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Henderson makes himself available, but Alexander-Arnold plays it infield to Thiago, who was warned that Morelos was coming, but Morelos got a little touch, and Rangers now bring it away through Ryan Kent. Kent moves past Alexander-Arnold and then looks for the ball down the left-hand side for Barisic, but puts too much on the pass, and Matip is able to just see it behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. Yeah,
Matip and Van Dijk tonight have just been constantly communicating with each other, pointing to each other, you know, just dominating everything. Yes, they haven't had anybody to mark at this present time, but everything Rangers have tried to do going forward, they've made sure they're on the shoulder of the centre forwards or the forward thinking players. No time on the ball at all.
Liverpool 1, Rangers 0. Here's Tavernier on the right-hand side. Tavernier takes on Tsimikas and bounces away off Tsimikas. It's a throw into Rangers, and the Rangers captain James Tavernier will take this throw to Morelos, who goes down. Challenge from Matip. They wanted a free kick. Morelos was looking towards referee Turpin, who just ignored him, and Liverpool clear through Alexander-Arnold to Salah. Luton now leading Huddersfield by 3-2, so Luton into the lead for the first time in the match. Jordan Clark with the third goal for Luton Town, who are on course now for 3 wins out of 3. Half-time whistles will be going in the 7:45 kickoffs. We'll go to Bramall Lane in a moment, but Liverpool in possession. Thiago plays it to the right-hand side. Salah now, left-footed ball into the edge of the box. That is headed away by a stretching Goldson. Lundstrom now. Rangers being forced right back down into that left-back position, and it's cleared away out of play near the halfway line. So come in Tom Gale, half-time at Bramall Lane.
Game, John, both teams creating chances, nothing clear-cut except for Sheffield United's Greek international George Bulldog header 5 yards out, somehow directed it wide. Half-time, leaders Sheffield United 0, QPR 0.
Thank you, Tom. Liverpool with their own Greek defender, Tsimikas, on the left-hand side. They asked him yesterday when he was speaking to us in the conference about Calvin Ramsey, who's on the bench tonight, the Scotland under-21 international, and Tsimikas said yes, he's a good lad, which I quite enjoyed. Van Dijk playing it to the left-hand side to Tsimikas. Tsimikas now turns and plays it back towards the halfway line. And half-time whistles going in the Championship. It's Bristol City 0, Coventry 0 at the break, Sheffield United 0, QPR 0, as we just heard from Tom. Sunderland 0, Blackpool 0, all half-time scores. Henderson curls the ball over the top. Nunez takes it down in the box, shoots straight at goalkeeper McGregor, who's able to parry it away. He was falling down to his left, but he threw up an arm and blocked the shot from Nunez.
Yeah, really good ball from Jordan Henderson. No-look ball over the top, over the two centre-half. Nunez just in that area there, took a lovely first touch on the corner of the 6-yard box on the left. Tried to finish it over the keeper. McGregor committed to his left, but he just got his right arm up in time. Good save. Another good move from Liverpool.
In this group, top of the group, Napoli, the Italian league leaders, are winning now in Amsterdam against Ajax 2-1. Giovanni Di Lorenzo has scored the second. And half-time in the only match being played tonight in the Premiership in Scotland, it's Ross County 0, Motherwell 1. Rangers defending again, as they have done for almost the entirety of the match so far, almost 35 minutes played. And Liverpool with Matip, who lifts a ball out to the right-hand side to the goal scorer, Alexander-Arnold, who turns 24 this Friday, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Matip in the centre circle. Matip now rolls it out to Tsimikas, who's seen a lot of the ball. Forward to Diaz, who pulls out towards the left-hand side. Diaz drifts into the penalty area. It opens up. He shoots low, but McGregor's able to drop down onto the ball. Didn't catch it.
No, he didn't catch it. And the two Rangers players on the right-hand side there, they doubled up on Tsimikas. They got done by the run, the overlap. They both went with the overlap, and it just left a massive gap for Diaz to come in. Unfortunately, he didn't catch it how he wanted to. Keeper read it though, tried to put it in that far corner.
Yes, just to clarify, McGregor did catch it. When I say didn't catch it, McGregor did catch it. Diaz didn't catch it with the shot that he wanted. Half-time, Luton 3, Huddersfield 2 is the score in the Champions League. Club Brugge leading Atletico Madrid by 1-0. Club Brugge, who've taken 6 points out of 6 so far in that group, 1-0 up tonight. Club Brugge, as Louis van Gaal once told me it should be pronounced. So 1-0 Liverpool lead. Rangers still coming forward. Here is Morelos playing it back to Davis. Now Tavernier on the right-hand side. Tavernier infield centrally. Davis picks out the ball, left-footed, just clips it over the top to Barisic. Barisic is able to get the ball down, but uses behind him on the halfway line Ben Davis. Now Goldson across the back line to Leon King. Goldson again playing as the middle man of these three central defenders. Van Bronckhorst has switched from back four to three central defenders during the course of these three group matches in the Champions League. Rangers still looking for their first goal of their return to the group stages, but there's been not even a sniff of it so far tonight. Here's Kent out to the left-hand side, more promising. Ryan Kent receives it back down the left wing in the full-back position, but Alexander-Arnold and Jordan Henderson are there together and able to take possession. And then Jota is caught by Lundstram. I think that will be a yellow card, yes. Clement Turpin was already reaching for his top pocket, and there it is. Yellow card, first of the match for John Lundstram.
Yeah, he was. He got done by a great ball there from Jordan Henderson, and I think Jota was just about to set Salah away, and he just caught him on the Achilles there. That could have been a painful one.
Half-times in League One: Burton 0, Fleetwood 1, Cheltenham 0, Bolton 0, Plymouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, and it's still Ipswich 0, Cambridge United 0. They're still playing. And in League 2, all half-times: Hartlepool 1, Doncaster 0, Stevenage 1, Sutton 0, Swindon 0, Newport 0, and Walsall 1, Northampton Town 0. And it is half-time: Ross County 0, Motherwell 1. So Liverpool with a free kick inside their own half. Jota just getting to his feet. He's had his injury problems this season. This is only his 5th appearance of the season. He's okay, I think. Yeah, back on his feet, didn't need treatment. So here he is, back in the action, green booted, taking the ball on, heads it forward. He's claiming that he was caught there by Morelos. Kent, Alexander-Arnold, applause for that challenge. And then applause as well for Thiago, who did well under pressure from Morelos, who was most Buffalo-like there in the way that he challenged Thiago. No free kick, Liverpool still in possession. And now Alexander-Arnold, low, slow. And then the ball forward to Salah. Salah's ball across is swept behind by Goldson. He didn't know whether Nunez or Diaz was behind him, just did the right thing and put it behind for another Liverpool corner.
Yeah, lovely ball from Trent Alexander inside the fullback that time. Berisic trying to go to Salah's feet. He went inside him. No centre forward getting across the first post that time for Liverpool.
Corner is taken into Salah. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Left-footed ball swirled in, but that's headed away by Morelos just outside his 6-yard box. Comes to Diaz, and then Alexander-Arnold hits a ball that, well, I thought it was going to bounce out of play, but it was actually kept inside his own half, and that's turned all the way back to goalkeeper Alisson. 1-0 Liverpool lead. Still 0-0 in the Tottenham game against Eintracht Frankfurt. Tomorrow night, Chelsea against AC Milan. Will also have RB Leipzig against Celtic. That's the early kick-off tomorrow night, by the way, 5:45. And Manchester City against FC Copenhagen covered. Ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. Diaz back to Henderson. Henderson directs it towards the right-hand side. Nunez is out there this time. Nunez goes for the byline, but then under pressure as the challenge comes in on him from Barisic. Just lifts it over the penalty area and out of play for a throw into Rangers, halfway inside their own half. And I guess really from the match that we've seen so far, Dion, the positive for Rangers is that it's not got any worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool have had all the, they've just dominated the whole of the first half, but it's only 1-0. I think Rangers have done well so far to keep it at that. They do try and have to get a foothold in the game at some way, shape, in some time tonight, give themselves a chance to score a goal and not conceding another one at least.
Yeah, Rangers back in the Champions League group stages for the first time for 12 years. So it's 12 years since they last scored in the group stage of the Champions League. But they're defending now because Salah's got the ball, plays it in, shot from Nunez is blocked behind by McGregor. Lovely work from Salah, full of energy, quick feet, laid the ball through to Nunez, who fell as he hit the shot. And another save from McGregor, and Salah goes across to help Nunez to his feet.
Yeah, it could have been 2 or 3 if it wasn't for McGregor. He's made a couple of good saves, McGregor. Great run again from Nunez inside his centre half, and another good save.
Nunez, as I say, has yet to score at Anfield for Liverpool. Here's the corner, it's played in, and it's bounced right through a crowd of players and all the way through for a goal kick and out. There were 2 Liverpool players challenging for it. Neither of them got a touch. Rangers players in there as well, and it is a goal kick for the visitors. So 1-0 Liverpool continue to lead. Another update on Eintracht Frankfurt Tottenham from Conor McNamara.
3 and a bit minutes to go until half-time. Still Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0, but Spurs have had their best chance of the evening, and it fell for Son. Lovely gliding move to get into his shooting position. He went for the top right-hand corner and he was off target. Son will be disappointed not to have scored. Still Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
And earlier in that group, Marseille beat Sporting by 4-1, so that's Marseille off the mark. So currently Tottenham, Eintracht Frankfurt and Marseille all on 3 points. Liverpool with the ball halfway inside their own box. A red balloon appears to our right, just bobbing around. I know there's a suggestion that there are lots and lots of Rangers fans around the stadium. They've managed to get tickets. They're managing to remain, at the moment, anonymous. But I suppose, really, they've not had a great deal to get excited about. Not needed, or been called to get off their seats. Porto leading Bayer Leverkusen by 1-0. Now, that Bayer Leverkusen goal must have been ruled out by VAR. So Porto 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0 is the score. Free kick to Liverpool near the halfway line. Half-time approaching, 2.5 minutes to go. Yep, confirmation that earlier Leverkusen goal was disallowed. So Porto 1-0 up on Leverkusen. That is in the Bruges Atletico Madrid group, where the Belgians lead 1-0. Ball out of play for a throw-in to Rangers now, halfway inside their own half, in front of the Kenny Dalglish. Down the letters shining out in red at the top, floodlights above it shining down on the pitch, where the throw-in is taken towards the halfway line. Tillman gives it back into the he gives it away, and Diaz plays it forward, and now Jota, and then the shot from Nunez is saved by McGregor, too close to the Rangers goalkeeper again. He hit it left-footed from just inside the penalty area, and McGregor was able to beat it away.
Yeah, another good save, strong hand from McGregor. Great movement from that front 3, or front 4 should I say, that Liverpool have got, and the keeper's having to be on his toes. It could have been 3 or 4. Keeper's keeping it down to 1 at present. Need to do more of that defence, need to do more, the Rangers defence.
I make that 4 shots now by Nunez, and he won the free kick for the goal. Still 1-0. Jota, then back to Thiago, who hits a shot from the edge of the tee, but he was leaning back high over the top, so it's high fives among the Rangers defenders, who have stuck to their task, certainly. More VAR news from Porto, where the Porto goal's now been disallowed. So it's still Porto 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Hope you're paying attention. Liverpool 1-0 up here. That still stands, doesn't it? That's not been ruled out.
No, it's still 1-0
on that board down
yes,
there. Liverpool
that's
1, Rangers 0. So we're safe with that. Liverpool with Matip heading the ball, that long clearance from the goal kick out of play. Tavernier, he was reminded yesterday that his brother was here a few weeks ago. James Tavernier, Marcus, started the match for Bournemouth here, ended up losing 9-0. I'm sure he was very pleased to have that pointed out to him yesterday, the Rangers captain, although he did have a laugh about it. Henderson playing over the top down the left-hand side. Diaz is under this. Diaz cuts back away from King, looks for Jota. Jota's little ball into the near post. That's put behind by Ben Davis, who came across and actually must have played it off Nunez, who's running towards the referee and saying that should have been a corner. It's been given as a goal kick.
Yeah, Jordan Henderson as well, absolutely livid, as if to say to the referee, that was definitely a corner for us. But lovely move again, Jordan Henderson putting Diaz in, and a little interaction between Tsimikas as well.
It's a great movement from Nunez.
Brilliant movement. One run for the defender, take the defender forward, make him go in towards where he doesn't want to go, then in behind again.
Darwin Nunez. Well, he's had chance after chance. The half-time whistle goes. He's not yet been able to get his first goal at Anfield, but you know, if you're a Liverpool player, you're a big money arrival, lots of it is expected of you. You don't want to score your first goal at the Anfield Road end. You want to get your first goal at the Kop, and we'll see if he's able to do that in the second half. Dominant Liverpool for the first 45 minutes, but just that one goal, the Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick in the 7th minute, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, listen, they've the stats here in front of me, 65% possession for Liverpool. It's still only 1-0, which is good news for Rangers, but it's been difficult for them. They haven't had a chance to get a foothold in the game. They haven't had a chance to put 4 or 5 passes together yet, because Liverpool have worked so hard. Their concentration levels are good, energy levels are good as well, and pass appreciation has been outstanding for Liverpool. I think it's only a matter of time that they score 1 more or 2 more, but right now Rangers are still in it because it's only 1-0 at half-time.
Late goals in the first half in 2 of the other Champions League matches in this group. Napoli are now 3-1 up at Ajax. Zielinski with the 3rd goal for Napoli, and Çalhanoğlu has scored for Inter, and they take the lead against Barcelona. Inter 1, Barcelona 0. But half-time here at Anfield, it's Liverpool 1, Rangers 0.
We'll be back with John Murray for the second half of that one. Dion, in terms of the Liverpool performance, it was a stunning free kick from Trent Alexander-Arnold, particularly given all the conversations that are going on about him at the moment. But hard to pick out a standout player in that Liverpool side. Is that collective performance exactly what Klopp's been asking for?
I think it's come down. It started from the 2 centre-halves. I think Matip and Van Dijk have been outstanding, and they've really put the pressure on the players in front of them to concentrate and to pass the ball with a purpose. Pass it, triangles, the front 4, their movement's been outstanding as well. Kelly, I just think Liverpool are on it tonight. They look incredibly sharp. It's been difficult for Rangers because they haven't had the ball to show what they can do because of the hard work of Liverpool out of possession too.
Roddy Forsyth alongside us as well. Roddy, 14 attempts, 7 of them on target for Liverpool compared to 2 shots for Rangers, neither of them on target. It's pretty obvious who the Rangers man of the match so far is, and that's Alan McGregor in the Rangers goal.
6 saves in the first half. Extraordinary performance. This is a 40-year-old who's had to fight his way back into the team. But where Rangers are being outclassed, they can't get their full-backs forward. You can't see Barisic and Tavernier getting forward. There's nothing coming from them. There are very few set pieces in Rangers' favour to give them a breather. And then the only time that they did get one, that was when Morelos made the ball stick. It took 17 minutes for that to happen. He played the ball to Kent, fouled by Alexander-Arnold. We thought, right, this is Tavernier's chance to show something from a set piece, and that was squandered. Rangers can't afford to give away these chances, and they certainly must take whatever comes their way. The only good news is it's only 1-0. The goal didn't come from open play. Alan McGregor on form.
Yeah, Liverpool have been dominant in the first half here at Anfield, but it is still a narrow margin that they are ahead by. Just 1-0 at half-time. We'll be back with the guys for the second half of this one from Anfield this evening. Elsewhere in the Champions League, Tottenham are in action in Frankfurt. Conor McNamara is watching. Conor.
Yes, half-time, Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Tottenham have definitely had the better of it, though, so far. Succession of chances, 2 of them for Harry Kane, the best of them for Son, who went for the postage stamp corner and just put a little bit too much on it, too high and off target. But there was chances right into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Richarlison had a penalty appeal. It went to a VAR review. I think he was looking for it. There wasn't much connection on him, and the referee deemed that to not be a penalty. But Tottenham on top, but despite their big chances, putting those off target, Spurs have now failed to have a first half shot on target in 2 of their 3 group games this season, and they haven't scored in the first half of a Champions League game in their last 5 matches now at this level. It's Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
Connor, thank you very much. And to bring us up to date with what's happening elsewhere in the Champions League, where goals have been allowed, disallowed, all kinds of things going on with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I'll get to that Porto game in just a moment. Starting Group A, Ajax 1, Napoli 3. Kudus giving Ajax the lead. A shot that just hit him really and went in. Raspadori equalising for Napoli. Di Lorenzo with a header putting them in front. Zielinski on the break for the third. In Group C, Inter leading Barcelona by a goal to 0. Canoglu scoring in first half stoppage time. Really well taken finish, that one. Group B, Club Brugge 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Brugge the surprise package so far, going for a third straight win. Kamal Soa with the goal in that one. And this one, Porto 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. So let me just take you through what happened deep into the end of the first half. Leverkusen wanted a penalty for handball. It wasn't given. Porto counter. Their Iranian striker Mehdi Taremi scores. Then VAR tells Anthony Taylor to look at the handball. So he does. He then awards Leverkusen a penalty. The Taremi goal is scrubbed out. Patrick Schick then steps up and the penalty is saved. So half-time, Porto 0, Leverkusen 0, somehow.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for making that complicated situation crystal clear. Mike McCarthy across everything there. Also, busy night in the EFL. In the Championship, it's Reading against Norwich, and Aaron Paul is at the Medeski.
Reading 0, Norwich 0 for all of their possession. Norwich have been very much second best in this first half. Reading excellently organised defensively, very busy in attack. Their best chance has come through Junior Hoylett, who played a delicious cross on the right. Andy Carroll rose highest with a trademark powerful header, forcing Tim Krul into a brilliant save. Jeff Hendrick then hit the post with a dipping volley. Norwich haven't hit the target this half and look devoid of ideas, because at the break it is Reading 0, Norwich 0.
Thank you very much for that, Aaron. Elsewhere in the Championship, it's Bristol City 0, Coventry 0, Luton 3, Huddersfield Town 2, Sheffield United, the leaders, drawing 0-0 at home to Queen's Park Rangers. It's Sunderland 0, Blackpool 0, and Cardiff 0, Blackburn 0. In League One, Burton Albion 1-0 down at home to Fleetwood. It's goalless between Cheltenham and Bolton. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 0, Plymouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. In League 2, Hartlepool 1-0 up against Doncaster Rovers. Stevenage 2, Sutton 0, Swindon 0, Newport 0. Walsall 1, Northampton 0. And we'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening across the EFL this evening. Plus, we've got regular updates from all this evening's Champions League games and second half commentary to come from Anfield following the BBC News with Lisa McCormick.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Prime Minister is facing mounting calls from within her own party to stick to a manifesto pledge to raise benefits in line with inflation. It's thought Liz Truss is considering linking welfare payments to average wages, which are rising more slowly. The Home Secretary says she'll look to change the law to ensure that the only way people can come to the UK is through a safe and legal route. Suella Braverman told the Conservative Party conference that the scheme to send people to Rwanda had to be pursued. The outgoing chief executive of Shell says government should probably tax energy companies more to protect the poorest in society from soaring gas and electricity prices. Ben van Beurden told an industry event that it was inevitable that companies would have to fund government interventions. And Twitter has confirmed that Elon Musk has agreed to go through with his takeover of the company, paying what he originally agreed in April. Shares in the social media firm are currently suspended.
F1.
7.3. Perez now though is on his final lap, and Verstappen is getting Vettel round the outside. Does he get it done? Yes. Max Verstappen gets Sebastian Vettel, but the focus and the glory today goes to his Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez through the final corner and wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Second win of the season for Sergio Perez.
F1.
Get reaction action and analysis from the Singapore Grand Prix with 5 Live's Checkered Flag podcast.
The championship fight, in inverted commas, goes on.
Available now on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live, your football station.
The UEFA Champions League
With Kelly Cates.
And our commentary match this evening comes to you from Anfield, where Liverpool lead Rangers by a 0-0. Back here very shortly, but there's another huge weekend in boxing coming up. Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn. Live commentary of that on 5 Live Sport on Saturday from 10 o'clock with Jeanette Quache, Ronald McIntosh, George Groves and Steve Bunce, who joins us now. Buncey, it feels like the biggest fight of the year. How are you building up to it?
Well, that's just about what it is. And considering we were in Saudi for AJ against Usyk, and considering some of the sellouts we've had, it feels that way. I sort of don't want to allow myself to get too carried away and walk down on Nostalgia Boulevard, but it's really hard not to, Kelly.
Is the reason you don't want to get carried away in case Eubank doesn't make the weight?
Oh, no, listen, he'll make the weight. Even if he has to forfeit £100,000 per pound, he'll make the weight. But it might... What if it's only just a really good fight and not a fight that defines an era, defines a decade, ends boxing's black and white days and turns it into colour, brings with it celebrities and women to boxing? Because that's what these guys did in 1990 and 1993. They changed boxing. What if it's only a great fight and not an epic fight?
It's high standards and high expectations ahead of this one. The hope is that it will deliver. Buncey, for now, thank you very much. That is live commentary on 5 Live Sport on Saturday from 10 o'clock. Buncey, part of that. And of course, you can listen to the 5 Live Boxing podcast for lots more on that match between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. There's been a goal at Sheffield United. Tom Gale.
6 minutes into the second half, Kelly, and the visitors are in front. Sheffield United 0, QPR 1. It's Chris Willock with his 6th of the season. He plays a 1-2 on the right side of the penalty area. He's almost close to the byline. It's an awfully tight angle, shoots low to the near post. For me, Wes Foderingham should do better, but it's in the back of the net in front of the away fans. It's Sheffield United 0, QPR 1.
Tom, thank you very much for that busy night in the Championship and across the EFL. We will bring you regular updates from there. It is also 1 year to go until golf's Ryder Cup. It will be held at the Marco Simone Golf Club in Italy. Our correspondent Ian Carter is there for us. Ian, you've been talking to both team captains at the countdown event today. Is everyone talking about Liv?
Well, Kelly, I think it's fair to say both captains were eager not to be discussing Liv, and both played pretty straight bats to inevitable questions that came their way. Europe's Luke Donald doesn't know whether Liv players are going to be available to his team. It seems very unlikely that America will pick any of the so-called rebels. And I asked America's Zach Johnson if he is resigned to not having the likes of Dustin Johnson and the other Liv players in his team.
Well, I can tell you this. I'm not spending any energy on that mentally. I control the controllables. What I do know that I can't control is the qualification system and things of that nature and what may be around the corner. That's up for individuals a lot smarter than me, starting with Seth Wall, the PGA of America. So what I do know is that I want guys that really want to be a part of Team USA in 2023. I feel like those desires are not that difficult. I mean, I've talked to a number of guys, confidants of mine and peers of mine, younger than me, whose goals every year are to make the Cups. And in 2023, at the top of their list will be to make the 2023 Ryder Cup. Those are the guys I want on my Ryder Cup team.
Tiger Woods. Is he likely to be here in Rome as part of your backup team? Come the Ryder Cup. Is he going to be a vice captain?
Well, I know this. That sort of notion, that sort of issue, it will be something that he and I will discuss probably sooner than later, and we discuss a lot. He will be part of this team to some capacity, and he has been over the years, whether he's playing, whether he's a vice captain, or from afar. He is passionate about Team USA and the Ryder Cup, so we welcome that. He is a very cerebral individual and a guy that, basically has raised the ceiling in golf, in the modern era, certainly more than anybody. So I know that the team that I have, regardless of who they are, will respect him and understand that, hey, Tiger is a part of this. He may not be here. He may be here. We're not sure. But he is very much a part of Team USA.
Well, that's Zach Johnson. Europe's Luke Donald was installed as captain after Henrik Stenson was sacked for his involvement with Liv. And Donald's been watching with interest since the start of qualifying, which has seen wins for Shane Lowry at Wentworth, Bob McIntyre at the same Marco Simone course that will be played here in Rome for the Ryder Cup, and Italy's Guido Migliozzi at the French Open. So I asked Donald how he thinks the qualifying process for Team Europe has progressed so far.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at Wentworth and you have, Shane, Rory and John 1, 2 and 3, and I mean it's just a great start. The guys that you would likely be seeing them in the Ryder Cup, and then follow on the next 2 weeks having some of these young up and coming potential superstars, showing great form in Bob McIntyre winning around the Italian Open and Guido winning in France. I mean, it was a great start, and we've more depth in European golf than some people might think, and I'm certainly excited about some of the more established players and some of the newer blood and new generation players coming through as well.
Ian, is there a sense with a year to go now that focus is very much on the Ryder Cup? As we started off by saying, there have been so many distractions. Is this very much eyes on next year now?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, there's uncertainty, but in these year-to-go celebrations, it's been about one thing and one thing alone, Kelly, and that's the excitement of the Ryder Cup coming to Italy for the very first time.
Ian Carter, thank you very much. Good to hear from Ian on the very latest ahead of the Ryder Cup, which gets underway in a year's time, but plenty to talk about in the build-up to that one, of course. We're not far from kick-off in the second half here at Anfield. Champions League group stages with Liverpool leading Rangers by 1-0. Liverpool dominant in the first half of this one, but Alan McGregor with a fantastic performance in the Rangers goal to keep the scoreline at just 1-0, which means that Rangers still have a chance of getting back into this game. With you for the second half, Dion Dublin and John Murray.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Welcome back, everyone. Liverpool 1, Rangers 0 as the second half begins. Liverpool attacking towards the Kop end, which is all very still and quiet at the moment. Down to our right, the stewards in their orange jackets just moving into position. Clément Turpin of France blows his whistle, and Liverpool in the all-red get us underway with a long ball to the edge of the area, and Darwin Núñez concedes a foul on the edge of the box in an aerial challenge, and it's a free kick to Rangers in that area. I think it's Tavernier who was beaten, or was it? No, Tavernier standing up. In fact, it's Leon King who was on the receiving end of that. So it is a free kick to Rangers in front of their own penalty area. No changes at the break. So Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Tsimikas. Then Henderson and Thiago in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Salah on the right, Diaz mainly on the left, and Jota behind Núñez. And the Rangers side, McGregor in goal, King, Goldson and Davis, the three central defenders. Tavernier on the right, Barisic on the left. I mean, really, it's 5-4-1, this lineup, with Tillman, Davis, Lundstrom and Kent, the line of four, and then Alfredo Morelos, the lone striker, rather than top scorer Cholak. So it is only 1-0 on this dry October night after a wet day on Merseyside. Lundstrom comes across, plays the ball forward, it bounces down for Liverpool inside their own half. Back it goes towards the edge of the penalty area, and then Matip will return it to the bearded Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson in the 6-yard box. Just works the ball away from his feet and then hits a long one downfield towards Darwin Núñez, who I think it was 6 opportunities, wasn't it, that he had in the first half. Darwin Núñez, the Uruguayan international. Now Kent for Rangers in the blue shirts with the white trim, white shorts and black socks with the red tops. Rangers with it now on the edge of their own box. There'll be an Ibrox next Wednesday night, a week tomorrow, and we'll be there to bring you commentary on that as well. Still Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. We'll keep you posted on that during the course of the remaining 45 minutes too. Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold just heading it back to Alisson. Dion Dublin is here alongside me for the commentary. Former Premier League Golden Boot winner We're not saying about your Celtic involvement tonight, Dion, that brief little spell that you had there, as Alexander-Arnold sends a long ball forward, and McGregor comes out of his penalty area, rather slices that clearance, but he sliced it straight to Davis, who's able to head it forward. Now Morelos, and he's challenged and beaten by Thiago.
Yeah, they just had no time, in that first half. They had no time on the ball ranges. It's continued in the early stages of this second half. Liverpool playing some really good stuff. And they're in again.
Nunez nicely plays it over the top, but Goldson got there first, plays it back to McGregor. Bouncing ball, rather awkward for the 40-year-old, the 5th oldest player to play in the Champions League, Alan McGregor, at the age of 40. Mark Schwarzer actually played at an older age in the Champions League. Our sometime colleague played at 41 for Chelsea. Rangers win it back. Davis forward, but then Matip comes through the challenge, leaves Morelos on the ground, who is down, just climbing to his feet. Liverpool continue to come forward, ball into the penalty area on the left-hand side, played through by Diaz. It was Tsimikas who got himself into that position inside the box, but the covering challenge was there from King, the 18-year-old. It's a corner.
You know what, for an 18-year-old boy, his concentration levels are very good. He's seen the danger very early. He knew that run was going to be dangerous, and he followed it all the way. Well done, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, only his 3rd start of the season for this Rangers team. Big call to put him in the side, and he's done well so far, Leon King. Here's the corner, Matip stretches, gets ahead to it, but could only head it back out of the penalty area. He was actually trying to find Salah. Rangers clear, Salah challenging for it with Tavernier. And then it's cleared away towards Morelos, a high one through the middle. Morelos heads it back, but heads it straight to Thiago, who might be dispossessed. He is, by Davis. And Davis now to Kent on the left-hand side. And Kent's ball across the 6-yard box will run away for a goal kick. And that comes to nothing. But, in the context of what we've seen in the match so far for Rangers, that was like riches.
Yeah, that'll count as a half chance there. Just couldn't get the blue shirts in the box. Bit sloppy from Thiago there, losing it in the midfield, and they were off. They just couldn't get those numbers in. Great ball in as well, across the box.
In the night's match in the Premiership, Motherwell are now 4-0 up at Ross County. Joseph Efford with the 4th goal for Motherwell. And a goal in Reading, Aaron Paul.
Reading 0, Norwich City 1. Corner ball played in from this near side. John, it's been fired straight into Sam Sargent, who's tying his shoes, deflected off of him, and into the path of Grant Hanley, who's fired in from close range. It's a funny old game, isn't it? Reading 0, Norwich 1.
Rare goal for Grant Hanley. So Norwich leading 1-0 on an 8-match unbeaten run in the league, of which they've won 7 and drawn 1 in fine form Norwich, and winning 1-0 away at in-form Reading as well. Napoli are now 4-1 up at Ajax in this group, so they're heading for 9 points out of 9. Raspadori has scored again, who we saw score against England in Milan the other week. And Liverpool playing the ball back towards Alisson, who took a heavy-ish touch but was able to recover and play it back out towards the left-hand side, where Liverpool clear to the halfway line. Ben Davis heads it forward, but heads it straight to Alexander-Arnold, and the Liverpool goal scorer plays it up towards Jota, and it bounces off Jota 5 or 6 yards straight to Lundstrom, who was able to say thank you very much.
It was a great ball from Trent Alexander, just behind Jota. Just couldn't take it forward in his stride.
Here's Ryan Kent again, the Rangers former Liverpool youngster, carrying the ball through the middle, but Thiago does well. Tigerish sort of tackle back from Thiago, snuffing out the danger. And Henderson now with a long pass forward to the left-hand side. That's taken down by Diaz. Diaz now into the penalty area between 2 men, goes down, it's a penalty. The referee immediately pointed to the spot. Diaz going in between 2 Rangers men. There was contact, it seemed. Certainly referee Turpin saw it that way and was very quick to point to the penalty spot, and Liverpool will have the chance to double their lead.
Yeah, it was a great crossfield ball from Henderson to Diaz. He got himself right on that left wing, heels on the chalk. He decided to drive at King. As he was driving it, King, he came inside, and on his right shoulder it was a combination of Lundstrom and King, tangling of legs, and he was just brought down in the end by King. Diaz was just about to set fire to the ball. Referee gets it right, he's right on it. Referee can see everything, and the 2 of them got that wrong. Very positive from Diaz. Penalty Liverpool.
Well, Alan McGregor is capable of saving a penalty, as we've discussed already on the programme this evening. So don't count this as a Liverpool second goal just yet. but now he is facing Mohamed Salah. Just 4 goals this season for Salah, one of them a penalty, and this is a long run up. Usually sets out to one side, but he's standing right behind the wall. He's standing right behind the ball, Salah, in the D, looking right down the barrel at Alan McGregor, who's had a very good night so far in front of the Kop. Salah steps out to the right, left-footed, right down the middle. 2-0 to Liverpool. McGregor went down to his left. The ball's in the back of the net, in front of the Kop, and Liverpool now lead Rangers by 2-0, and it would seem on their way to victory.
Yeah, it was a Salah sort of a little shuffle to his right, set himself to take it with his left foot. He looked like he was going to strike through the ball with his laces. He basically just placed it down the centre of the pitch. McGregor committed himself to the left.
2-0 to Liverpool. Let's bring in Ronnie Forsyth, who's up here on the gantry with us.
I made a point earlier before the game that I feared for the two inexperienced players in central defence. Ben Davies gave away the free kick that confounded McGregor, and then we saw King do the same for the penalty kick. That's where the vulnerability has been.
And that positive as well, that positive run from Diaz, it forced them to do something, Roddy, didn't it?
They committed, and it just was the wrong commitment, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lundstram was in there, but it was King's challenge that caught the legs of Diaz, and the referee called it absolutely correctly. There was no doubt. You didn't need to go to VAR for that.
No, the referee was on. He was in a great position as well. The referee watched the replay, and we had the back of the referee in view as well, so he could see what we were seeing, and he was very, very quick to go penalty.
Well, it's difficult to see Rangers coming back from this and getting anything, but we'll see. Still a lot of the game to play, but Salah now into the penalty area shooting, but that's blocked by Barisic, who stuck out a leg, and the ball bounces away, and the referee's actually stopped play because there are 2 men down centre field, and both of them will receive some treatment. I'm not sure if it is a head injury, but both of them are clearly hurt. It is...
Who is it, Nunez? No, yeah, it is. No, it's not
Diaz, isn't it? Diaz. I think it was down the Liverpool player, and Connor Goldson. The two of them just came together, and well, Diaz has stepped on the foot of Goldson, but at the same time sort of clattered into his outstretched arm.
Yeah,
and it is a bang on the side of the face for Diaz.
Yeah, I think Goldson's expecting the contact, so he's sort of put his arm out to protect himself, and I think he's caught one on the ankle, Goldson, and I think Diaz has caught one in the face off the arm. No intent in any of that at all, just the coming together.
OK, we've got a stoppage in play. Liverpool leading Rangers by 2-0 in League Two. It's Hartlepool 1, Doncaster 1 now. And Conor McNamara can give us another update on Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham.
Yes, it is still Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Another chance for Son, again wide and high and to the right-hand side. Harry Kane picked up a knock, trying to slide in for a shot. He collided with the defender and the goalkeeper. He's been sluggish, he's been hobbling a bit since he got to his feet. I don't think it's anything too serious, but 47 days out from a World Cup, you'll always give an extra bit of scrutiny for things like that. Kane, who's had fewer touches of the ball than any Tottenham player in the match. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
And are the Championship leaders Sheffield United still behind at Bramall Lane, Tom Gale?
Oh, John, Sheffield United 0, QPR 1, the host trailing a home league match for the first time since April. Chris Willock struck from a tight angle early in the second half, the difference. Ollie Norwood denied an equaliser from 25 yards. Dieng springing to his left to palm wide. Billy Sharp and Ryan Brewster are on for the hosts as they try and get back into this. Sheffield United 0, QPR 1. We've got 15 minutes of normal time remaining.
Play back underway here. Of both of the injured parties, OK. Diaz is up, and Connor Goldson is also OK. So they're both fine, able to continue. Liverpool 2-0 up, coming forward with the ball on the right-hand side. 2-0 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds and Radio Merseyside as well tonight, live from high up in the main stand here at Anfield. Jordan Henderson is
not happy, is he?
He's not happy. It's been given as a throw in to Rangers, and
it was a throw into Liverpool.
Quite animated. He was. Jordan Henderson there in his protests to referee Turpin. He saw the penalty all right, but he spot that one. Mind you, now that it is his assistant. Here's Alexander Arnold heading the ball forward. Morelos in on the challenge. Morelos bounces down for him and then lifts the ball out towards the far side. Tavernier on the chase, but Tsimikas will get there first and he'll just allow it to roll out of play. The other latest scores in the Championship, by the way, still Bristol City 0, Coventry 0. Luton still leading Huddersfield by 3 goals to 2 as they were at half-time. Sunderland 0, Blackpool 0. Cardiff City 0, Blackburn 0 in one of the 8 o'clock kickoffs. And still Reading 0, Norwich 1. 2-0 to Liverpool here. And Henderson knocking it back to Tsimikas. Lundstram will come across. Bounces off Diaz back onto Lundstram, and it's a throw into Liverpool. Here's Roddy Forsyth again.
Just to say that this is the most passive I've seen Van Bronckhorst this season. He's been seated on the bench for much of the game and no sign of substitutions. That's very unusual for him, and especially in a game in a situation like this.
Thank you, Roddy. Latest League One scores: Burton 0, Fleetwood 1, Cheltenham 0, Bolton 0, Ipswich 0, Cambridge 0 and Plymouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Alexander-Arnold just passing the ball back to Alisson. Alisson ships it onto his right foot and then goes long. I feel like it's becoming increasingly breezy here. You can hear this, you can feel this wind now swirling around. Jota gets the ball down onto the playing surface. Scarves being twirled around Anfield as well. Now Tsimikas comes in from the left-hand side, plays it across, bounces back. Jota with a chance, left-footed. And it was a touch from McGregor, was it? Yes, says referee Turpin. He did, he got a fingertip to it, and that's a good save.
What a save that was, by the way, from McGregor. That is nestling. I mean, ricochet to Jota. Jota takes it with his left foot. That is going right in the top corner, and McGregor just gets a fingertip on it. What a save.
That's the best of his saves so far.
Amazing, because he's only about 10 yards away from him. What a brilliant reaction save.
Corner then for Liverpool, which is taken in, and Matip was after it. And he was very close to getting a touch. Comes out to Salah though. Salah, this is ominous. Left foot curler, but he's got right underneath that, and it's high over the top of that far corner, the top left corner as he was looking at it, and it is behind for a goal kick. So Liverpool 2-0 up on Rangers. Latest scores in League 2: Hartlepool 1, Doncaster 1, Stevenage 3, Sutton 0, Swindon 1, Newport 0, and Walsall 1, Northampton 0. And we're going back to Reading. Aaron Paul.
Equaliser. Reading 1, Norwich 1. Jeff Hendrick, so dangerous from long range, has caught one on the half volley, right-footed outside of the boot. It bounced in front of Tim Krul and in at the near post. Reading 1, Norwich 1.
Thank you, Aaron. Rangers with the ball inside their own half. Alisson in the goal in front of the Anfield Road end has yet to make a save, and Morelos has been the most lone of lone strikers. Liverpool coming forward again down the left-hand side with Tsimikas. He's done well actually tonight, Tsimikas. He's caught the eye. Diaz, who won the penalty, playing the ball across. The Goldson cleared, and then it was played back to McGregor, who had to be sharp there, with Jota sliding in, but the man in yellow was able to get it away. And Liverpool have the ball inside their own half again. An hour played in this historic match tonight, the first meeting in a competitive match in any competition between Liverpool and Rangers, and it has gone comprehensively Liverpool's way. Not a hatful of goals, but many chances, and it's comprehensive in the manner that Liverpool have approached it, and so much of the match has been played inside the Rangers half. And not at the moment. Henderson fouls Goldson, and it's a free kick to Rangers just to the left of the centre circle. Rangers still looking for that first goal on their return to the group stage of the Champions League. The man who scored the last one is actually here inside the stadium tonight. Kenny Miller scored Rangers' last goal in the group stage of the Champions League, and he scored it in faraway Bursa in northwest Turkey against Bursaspor. Ball with Rangers on the far side, but it bounces away from Tavernier, and Liverpool come forward. And here is Nunez, who carries it on towards the edge of the D, tried to play it through to Salah. It's intercepted, or bounced away, rattled away, and Darwin Nunez is adjudged to have fouled Lundstram, and it's a free kick to Rangers halfway inside their own half. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, the reaction of the Liverpool players tonight through losing the ball has been very, very good. You know, it's all about getting it back within 3 seconds, 5 seconds. They've all done it really well, and I think that's kind of surprised some of the players in blue shirts tonight, that they've not had any time on the ball whatsoever. They've tried to play through the thirds. They've not had a chance to get anything into Davies or to Lundstram. Tillman and Kent want to get forward. They can't because they're being pegged back by those Liverpool wingers.
Play back underway. Rangers are going to make a couple of changes. Van Bronckhorst is preparing Fashion Sakala to come on up front, and also Ryan Jack coming on, it would seem. Looks like a double change, but Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold now crossing dangerously, and Goldson got there just ahead of Nunez. Important touch from Goldson, and it's away for another corner for Liverpool. Goldson clapping his hands there on the edge of the 6-yard box to his teammates. Corner, Tsimikas, it's going to be the outswinger again. Set piece after set piece. This is, I think, the 8th corner that Rangers have had to defend. This one to the near post, it comes off Goldson and bounces behind his own near post. It was over the 2 players who challenged for it at the near post, hit Goldson and bounced behind. Club Brugge now 2-0 up on Atletico Madrid, and on course for 9 points out of 9 against Atletico Madrid. Club Brugge. Corner again. Second successive corner from the left. Tsimikas to the near post. That's headed away by Tillman, who got up high, the American international, and it bounces out for a throw halfway inside the Rangers half, in front of the rows and rows of red replica shirts in that lower tier of the Sakani Dalglish stand. Throwing taken down the line to Jota near the corner flag. Jota works it back, and then in comes Tavernier. Bounced off Tsimikas, and that gave him the chance to put the challenge in. Out of play, 10 yards away from the corner flag. Liverpool 2-0 up, comfortable. This throw, Tsimikas gets it back, and again, and now tries to pull it back, but defender got a foot in on that. Jota again, Jota turning onto his, it's very tight in there, takes on King, but King was able to get the challenge in and clear it away, but not completely. Liverpool come again with Thiago. Thiago looks for the ball back, but that's blocked out of play by Tavernier for another throw to Liverpool. Still, we don't see that change being made. Throw-in taken back to Henderson, and then all the way back into the centre circle to Matic. It stays like this. It'll be 2 home wins out of 2 in the group for Liverpool, and they continue to recover from that heavy defeat in the opening match when they were in southern Italy against Napoli. Van Dijk passing the ball forward to the halfway line. Nunez drops into his own half, then forward towards Jota. Jota bounces off Goldson, but Goldson recovers and slides in to put it out of play down the left-hand side for a throw-in to Liverpool. Let's bring in Roddy Forsyth again.
It's taken 6 minutes for Rangers to get the substitutes on because they couldn't get the ball in the place where they wanted it. And it'll be Tillman coming off, and that's been on the card since half-time. He's been slow to almost every possession or forward action, and Stephen Davis, of course, just because he's run out of legs, and he's been replaced by Ryan Jack.
Yeah, Ryan Jack coming on into the midfield, so your old teammate Stephen Davis is off. While they make that change, let's get another update on Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham. Conor McNamara.
25 minutes to go. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. Still Tottenham are plugging away and creating chances, but Frankfurt 2, and Jesper Lindstrom probably should have done better 20 yards out at blazing his attempt off target. The other 2 teams in this group played each other earlier on, and Marseille, bottom of the group, beat Sporting on top by 4-1. So an opportunity here for Tottenham to make big strides if they can. For the moment, Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
Super win for Napoli tonight. They're now 5-1 up in Amsterdam against Ajax, and remember what Ajax did to Rangers in Amsterdam. So Ajax 1, Napoli 5, and it's the highly rated Kvaratskhelia who has scored the 5th goal for Napoli. Rangers with Tavernier just outside the Liverpool box. Hopes are raised for those 2,600 Rangers fans in the Anfield Road end. And now the ball is brought in from the right-hand side by Sakala, his first involvement in the game, but he went for glory and he pulled a poor shot well wide of the near post. Dion Dublin.
Positive though, gets the ball on the right wing, and he just drives in between Thiago and Nunez, and has a strike with his left foot. Weak shot, but positive signs. Fresh legs on for Rangers.
Yep, Sakala, the Zambian international, playing, as Dion says, off that right-hand side. Liverpool coming forward again, leading by 2-0. Luis Diaz just slightly behind Jota on the edge of the area, the little pass. And so Ben Davis was able to step forward and play it away. Now only one Davis on the pitch, with Stephen Davis having gone off. Kent playing it forward, tried to get it back from Morelos. It actually bounces to Jack, the newly arrived Ryan Jack in midfield. Now the ball on the right-hand side with Rangers, who go back towards the halfway line. Suddenly it feels like we're just beginning to see a little bit more from Rangers. Forward to Morelos. Morelos does well, slips a ball down the right-hand side to Barisic, and Barisic crosses, but an easy catch for Alisson, backing away unchallenged. Morelos didn't get there, and he underarms it out, the Liverpool goalkeeper, to Thiago with those red socks slipping down his calves, and that long pass from him is taken down by Diaz on the left-hand side, and Diaz now against King, runs into the penalty area and shoots wildly across the box. As another challenge came in on him as well, King went with him. There's another little slap of hands there, like the tennis players, the doubles players between Goldson and King. It's a goal kick to Rangers.
Yeah, a little bit predictable from Diaz, wanting to come in on his right foot and try and curl it in that corner. Salah's been the same as well, even though Liverpool have had, in fact, that should have been a corner looking at the replay there. It came off the calf of King as he was closing down Diaz, but the referee didn't see it. But I just believe that we've got to do something a little bit more special in those areas, Liverpool, little 1-2s and being a bit clever.
So Jurgen Klopp is going to make his first changes now, and Roberto Firmino, the top scorer this season with his 5 goals, is going to come on. It's Diogo Jota who makes way, playing as part of this slightly different front four that Jurgen Klopp went with tonight. How do you think he did in that role, Dion?
As expected, reliable, making good runs, creating chances for himself and for others, making it comfortable for the defence of Rangers as well. So yeah, I like him as a player. I think it's a very shrewd signing when he came in at Liverpool, and he's been effective as well.
And it's Fabinho who will come on, having been left out by Jurgen Klopp this evening, with the 2 men midfield, and it's Jordan Henderson who makes way with almost 70 minutes played. Warm applause for the Liverpool club captain, who slaps hands now with Fabinho, who sprints onto the field to take up his position. So Jota's off, so now it's a front four of Salah, Nunez, Diaz and Firmino. Goal kick to Rangers. Liverpool 2, Rangers 0. BBC Radio 5 Live, Radio Merseyside and BBC Sounds as well via the app, and the 5 Live Football Daily will have all of the reaction. We're on air tonight on 5 Live till 10:30 this evening with all of the reaction. Adam Lallana will join us again, and we'll hopefully be able to bring you Jurgen Klopp's thoughts if he gets himself into position in time. Barcelona have equalised. Pedri has made it into 1, Barca 1 in the group that is being led by Bayern Munich. Here's Salah now into the penalty area, pulls the ball across, but cleared away by Tavernier. Comes out. Kent on the edge of his own box is getting into trouble. He's given it away, and a curling shot, but the free kick's been given for that challenge. And the free kick to Rangers on the edge of their own penalty area. So 2-0 it is, 20 minutes to go, and Liverpool comfortable. Let's go back to Bramall Lane. Tom Gale.
Sheffield United 0, QPR 1. John, the visitors set to end a run of 5 straight defeats here at Bramall Lane. Chris Willock strike in the 51st minute. Understandably, the leaders have gone all-out attack. It's Billy Sharp and Rhian Brewster leading line, but they can't find a way through. QPR happy to slow things down and play on the counter. 8 minutes to go. Sheffield United 0, QPR 1.
Pedri's goal has been ruled out, disallowed, VAR I presume. So Inter still lead Barcelona by 1-0. And Hartlepool now 2-1 up on Doncaster in League 2. Rangers defending. Liverpool in possession in the central third. Another Rangers change coming, but Matip carrying the ball forward. Firmino gives it back to Matip, the long-legged Matip. Couldn't take it on into the penalty area, and Rangers clear. But Fabinho tidying up. Just moves across into position and whips the ball away from Sakala. So Liverpool with Diaz again on the left-hand side. Diaz then back to Fabinho. Cholak is jumping up and down on the halfway line, presumably about to come on for Morelos. Salah for Liverpool into the edge of the penalty area. Nunez tries to give him it back, and it bounces away across the box and is whacked away downfield by Ben Davies. Morelos putting himself about up there, but I mean he really just has not had even a glimpse of what would be his 30th European goal for Rangers. Alexander-Arnold sweeps the ball across, but the offside flag actually goes up against Diaz as he takes a touch which took away into the full-back position. So 2-0, and the change does see Alfredo Morelos making way, leaving the pitch. Looks crestfallen, Dion, Morelos that he wasn't able to play a bigger part tonight.
Yeah, and no joy for him tonight. He's not had a great ball into him either. When it did come into him on the odd occasion, it bounced off, and as Roddy said earlier, when it did stick, it's kind of Rangers' best chance of creating anything at all. But yes, he's had a tough night tonight against Matip and Van Dijk. One in front, one behind. No joy for the young man.
Yep, so it is Cholak who's made such a good start for Rangers, the summer arrival, with his 11 goals so far, including that famous goal in Eindhoven that we brought to you against PSV in the playoff match, the match that Rangers won to qualify for the group stages of the Champions League. But there was quite a feeling yesterday, many of the regular Rangers watchers did feel that Van Bronckhorst would go with Morelos for this match tonight, just because of his abilities in that lone striker role.
Yeah, and maybe just to upset the two centre halves and get in amongst them and use his weight and his experience,
but never really had the opportunity.
Never had the chance because Rangers haven't had that possession in those areas.
Jack thought he might have been fouled by Thiago. No free kick. Salah plays it through. Nunez pulls it back. Oh, and it slid just wide. But in actual fact, even if Diaz had been able to put it into the net, the goal wouldn't have counted because the offside flag went up against Nunez.
Yeah, another good run. What they do well, Liverpool, is they play a straight ball, they do a diagonal run, and it always seems to work. Nunez is pacing behind. I'm just watching this one again. Was he offside? Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, he was just offside. Lino got it absolutely spot on.
2-0 to Liverpool. Tomorrow night, Chelsea against AC Milan's the 5 Live commentary match. Ian Dennis and Matt Upson will bring you that, but we'll be with Manchester City at home against FC Copenhagen, and Celtic start out early tomorrow night, 5:45. So news of that in Drive in Germany against RB Leipzig. 2-0. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the early free kick in the 7th minute, and then Salah's penalty, his 5th goal of the season, making it 2-0 in the 53rd. I'm sort of almost loath to mention this, but I'm told that Porto have scored against Bayer Leverkusen, and that would make it 1-0 to Porto. Both teams had goals ruled out by VAR in the first half, but as I'm telling you now, it is Porto 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0, and Cheltenham 1, Bolton 0 in League One. McGregor clears from the ground inside his penalty area. Nunez heads it back. Darwin Nunez, who scored on his debut in the Community Shield, then scored on his Premier League debut for Liverpool against Fulham, but hasn't got on the score sheet since, despite his best efforts in the first half, kept out time and again by McGregor. Rangers playing it forward. Those supporters who've made their way down here to northwest England would love to see a goal. It would be at their end, and Rangers are attacking now with Kent. Little step over. Jinks back onto his right, then finds Barisic behind him. Barisic, Kent's made himself available, but the ball goes back towards the halfway line. And Ben Davies now to Kent. And then Barisic again takes on Alexander-Arnold, who got a touch in. He was helped out by Salah, and Liverpool are able to pass the ball away nicely. Little passes, triangles around the edge of their own box, and then Alexander-Arnold goes long to Nunez with that little ponytail bobbing, turns, finds Salah. Salah's ball in field goal will return possession to Rangers. And Ajax are down to 10 men now in that match in Amsterdam. They're 5-1 down to Napoli, now down to 10 men because Dusan Tadic has been sent off. So what have we got, Dion? 15 minutes to go. Generally, a lot of scrutiny over which teams would turn up tonight, I think, for both sets of supporters. From a Liverpool point of view, how good do you think it's been? How encouraging?
You know what I've been pleased about Liverpool is when they do go and squeeze, they've forced Rangers today. Rangers want to keep the ball on the floor and pass it and pass it and pass it. Liverpool have forced them to lift the ball, and as soon as they lift the ball, those Liverpool defenders can just step round their man and then nick and get that ball in front. So it's all been set up perfectly by Jurgen Klopp, and they've done it to the letter so far.
Ball bouncing out of play off Salah for a throw into Rangers near the halfway line. When we get a chance, we'll bring in Ruddy Forsyth again, who's up here with us, our regular Scotland voice. And I think the question would be whether, will the Rangers fans who've come down here, will they be disappointed in their team that they haven't given it enough of a go or haven't given it a go? Or is this just the the pragmatic choice by Van Bronckhorst.
Difference in class, and I think the supporters realise it too at the moment. What's essentially happening here is Liverpool are doing to Rangers what Rangers mostly do to their opponents in the domestic scene.
Thanks, Roddy. More from Roddy post-match as well. Here is Firmino. Right-footed ball up towards Nunez, who shoots on the turn, but that's blocked by Goldson. And the ball bounces away for Lundstram, who does well. And then it's a little unfortunate to catch Alexander-Arnold with that ball that was intended for Kent. And Liverpool instead have it back halfway inside their own half. Rangers fans entertaining themselves with a chorus of Rangers songs down in the Anfield Road end, which continues to take shape. The new stand, extraordinary piece of engineering that is. Ball played over the top for Liverpool. Diaz. Now Tsimikas is there as well. Tsimikas' cross is stretched and cleared away by Ben Davies. Out for a throw on the far side. Ross County 0, Motherwell 5 now. Kevin Van Veen with, I think that's his second goal of the night. And Ipswich, second place Ipswich in League One, are winning 1-0 against Cambridge United. Throw in for Liverpool, halfway inside the Rangers half. Forward from Van Dijk. Diaz, and then Thiago looks to his left, then turns to his right, finds Alexander-Arnold, plays the ball through the legs of Lundstram, and now Firmino into the box to Diaz, who is up against the defender there, just trying to take it on and get the turn in against King, but wasn't able to do so. Rangers cleared. Liverpool preparing another double change. Liverpool coming forward, Tsimikas into the penalty area away from Tavernier, tried to pull the ball across, it was very congested at the near post. Nunez was in there, and also Ben Davies, and the ball bounced behind off the Liverpool man for a goal kick.
Yeah, positive play again by Liverpool, and I think Rangers looking a little bit leggy now. They've done a lot of chasing tonight. The boys in blue haven't really had a chance to pass and get themselves any chances at all. Liverpool have dominated, obviously, but more changes, more fresh legs for Liverpool coming on. More problems for Rangers, I would expect.
Well, you'll be a little disappointed, Darwin Nunez, that he wasn't able to get on the score sheet at Anfield tonight. But he is replaced by Harvey Elliott. And James Milner is going to come on as well. And at the age of 36, this is a little milestone, yet another milestone in the career of James Milner. Thiago is coming off, as applause for Thiago. But James Milner is about to come on for his 300th appearance for Liverpool. At the age of 36, brilliant career since he made his debut with Leeds all those years ago as a 16-year-old. And I mean, he's had a big career at Liverpool alone, 300 appearances.
He's just had an amazing career, hasn't he? A player that you can rely on time and time again in any position you play him in, on and off the field, helping Liverpool win things and do things in the right way with standards. Well done, Millie.
Also, Rangers making changes, and Ryan Kent is coming off. Glenn Kamara and Rabbi Matondo, the Welsh international, are coming onto the field. It's bad news yesterday. Van Bronckhorst was telling us about this new injury to Tom Lawrence. You know, he's been a miss. Clearly, other players on the injury list for Rangers as well. And it is Ben Davies who comes off as well. So Kent and Davies off. Liverpool 2-0 up, 10 minutes to play here. Be a similar amount of time left in Germany, where Eintracht Frankfurt are playing Tottenham. And Conor McNamara has the latest.
Still Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0. It's a game that's become more cagey now. Tottenham are the best out of the first half, but Frankfurt with a lot more possession, a lot more chances now in the second period. Antonio Conte's just made a double substitution. He's brought on Ben Davies, who's back from injury, and also Brian Hill, who's playing for the first time for Tottenham this season. 10 minutes to go. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 0.
So Ben Davies goes off at Anfield, and Ben Davies comes on in Germany. Liverpool 2, Rangers 0. 5 Live, Radio Merseyside and BBC Sounds. And here is Ryan Jack playing the ball out to Sakala on the right-hand side. Tavernier, Rangers inside the Liverpool half. 2-0 down now. Now back towards the halfway line, where King will give it to Goldson. And now to the right-hand side, where the crossfield pass is away over the head for anyone in a blue shirt. Alexander-Arnold's able to take it down, and actually offside flag is up, so it's a free kick to Liverpool in front of their own penalty area. 2-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool's next match, 5 Live commentary match, 4:30 Sunday afternoon. Don't miss that. Arsenal against Liverpool. And our Saturday Premier League commentaries will be Chelsea against Wolves and Brighton against Tottenham. So free kick for Liverpool, where Alisson, right-footed, long downfield for Firmino, outstretched leg from King, bounces back infield, where Jack will return it to McGregor, who had to stretch for that and play it out to the right-hand side, where Lundstrom is caught in possession, and Diaz now into the penalty area on the left-hand side, but turns. Rangers got men back in there quickly. Milner out on the left-hand side now with the captain's armband on. Milner gets his head down, looks to get the ball across, but it's deflected behind for a corner to Liverpool. Plymouth now leading Sheffield Wednesday by 2-1, so the League One leaders in front against Sheffield Wednesday, and Ipswich have doubled their lead against Cambridge United. Ipswich 2, Cambridge 0. Corner to Liverpool from the far side. Tsimikas to take this. Liverpool with 3-4 players between the penalty spot and the edge of the area. Tsimikas with the delivery, and it's headed down and wide by Matip. You can tell the anguish, frustration that he couldn't get that on target. He had Rangers players either side of him, but he headed it down and wide, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, it was an outswinger, and Matip caught it a peach, not quite. Didn't get enough meat on it, didn't get enough forehead on it, and just slides away far, an inch away from that far post.
Napoli now 6-1 up in Amsterdam against Ajax, against the 10 men. Giovanni Simeone with the 6th goal. They've made a brilliant start to the season, haven't they? Top of the Italian league, and that clear at the top of this group after tonight with 9 points out of 9. Liverpool will have 6 points, Ajax 3, and Rangers still to get off the mark. So 2-0 Liverpool lead. I think we're going back to Bramall Lane and Tom Gale.
Full-time, John. Sheffield United 0, QPR 1. The visitors with their first win here since 2010. Chris Willock's winner early in the second half. Sheffield United's first home defeat this season. They stay top though. QPR up to 4th. Full-time, yep. Sheffield United 0, QPR 1.
Thank you, Tom. Rangers on the move down the left-hand side. Here's Matondo, does well. Matondo into the penalty area, slips it across, and then there's ball. I think it was goal bound from Matondo, and a flying clearance in the 6-yard box from Tsimikas, I think that was, coming across. It was. He's ended up in the back of the net, the little Greek defender. Super clearance.
That was that's Rangers' first attempt on goal on target.
Great clearance, wasn't it, from Tsimikas there? Played well tonight. Tsimikas had a really good game.
And they've got their first corner of the match as well, which is taken from the left-hand side towards the back post. It's headed down, chance at the back post, but Alisson is able to block the shot that came in. It was straight at him, but it was hit with some force by Čolak. It was on the point of the 6-yard box. It was an initial challenge by Sakala. The ball bounced down. It sat up for Čolak, but shot straight at Alisson, who made the save.
Yeah, it was. He was... Yeah, hits his left thigh there. Alisson makes himself as big as possible, but flashes of what Rangers can do, Roddy.
Do you think they've left the comeback too late?
Maybe.
So that first attempt, I think it was the 85th minute. Roddy will nod if that was the case. I think it was 85th minute when Rangers had their first attempt on goal. And Liverpool coming again down the right-hand side with Elliott. Harvey Elliott, the 19-year-old, number 19 on his back, plays it infield, but that was intercepted on the edge of the box by Kamara, and now forward from Jack. And Rangers suddenly in the match are showing something in these later stages. Up it goes to Čolak. Čolak now down the right for Sakala, but he's put too much on that, and in any case there was the offside flag, so it's the free kick to Liverpool. So 2-0 Liverpool lead. Still 0-0 between Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham, and Liverpool with this free kick halfway inside their own half. So AC Milan in London for the commentary tomorrow night against Chelsea. You'll hear that match in full on 5 Live, and there's a little bit of a disturbance going on in the stand to our right, some raised voices there, so I'm sure the stewards will get involved in that and calm it all down. Ball back with McGregor. McGregor's right-footed clearance is headed forward. Diaz on the chase. Lundstram, who's now gone across onto the right-hand side of this Rangers defence after the changes that were made by Van Bronckhorst, is able to clear, comes back to McGregor. Right-footed downfield from him, and then Sakala commits a foul in centre field on Tsimikas, and it's a free kick for Liverpool just inside their own half. So 2-0 to Jurgen Klopp's side. Just the 2 wins so far in the Premier League this season, but this will be 2 wins out of 2 for Liverpool in the Champions League after their opening defeat in Naples. Throw in for Liverpool, 10 yards inside the Rangers half. Taken down the line, Lundstram got there and then belted into the little ball boy who was just off the field, but he shrugged that off, and it's a throw in for Liverpool.
He took it well, didn't he? He took it well, the young lad.
Yeah. Throw-in's taken back to the halfway line, lifted forward, but that is beyond anyone in a red shirt, and through for a goal kick. Somebody's not very happy over there to our right, and I think the stewards have now arrived on the scene. I'm not sure what's happened, but it's a bit of a kerfuffle. Goal kick for Rangers. Kelly Cates to our right says, "Don't worry, everything's all right." I'll take Kelly's word.
Kelly sorted it. Kelly sorted it.
Kelly knows. Here's Elliott through the middle for Firmino, bounces back for Rangers. Matondo, but he loses out to Alexander-Arnold, but then Rangers win it back, but that's a foul on Alexander-Arnold. Ryan Jack's not very happy about that, but it's a free kick to Liverpool. 90 seconds to play. The Rangers supporters are going to finish with a chorus anyway, which is what they're doing, hence the whistles and the boos. They've got their blue and white scarves above their heads. Liverpool will play it forward towards the run of Diaz, but too much on that from Salah, and McGregor's able to come forward and take the ball into his chest.
Just game management now, just get over the line. Milner's on now to manage it, Fabinho's on, Henderson's off and Thiago's off, so those 2 lads are just taking charge. I do like the way that Van Dijk tonight has been really upset with his teammates giving the ball away a little bit more. Standards have been higher tonight.
Firmino with a flick, centre circle, but Elliott couldn't reach that, and Rangers play it downfield. Alexander-Arnold comes across. Certainly Klopp and Liverpool will want no slips in this. They'll want another clean sheet. Only 2 clean sheets so far this season before tonight in all competitions for Liverpool. Liverpool are waiting to bring Joe Gomez on as well. That'll be the 5th and final change that Jurgen Klopp can make, but we're now almost into added time at the end of this match. We'll hear more from Adam Lallana on 5 Live before 10:30 this evening, along with Dion Dublin and Ruddy Forsyth and Kelly Cates, and as I say, hopefully we'll be able to hear from either Gio Van Bronckhorst or Jurgen Klopp in that last half hour as well. Liverpool into 4 minutes of added time now. 2-0 it says in white on those shimmering red rectangular scoreboards that hang high above that corner of Anfield where the ball is. It's played back towards Diaz, and then Diaz gets his head down and comes in field. His energy levels are incredible, Diaz. But he loses out here, gives the ball away. Now Matondo's onto it. Matondo up towards the edge of the penalty area, flicks it across. Cholak is there, but in comes a crunching challenge from Tsimikas, who was able to put that in brilliantly. In fact, it was Milner with the challenge. Ball at the other end. Salah now with a chance, but his left foot shot is gathered quite comfortably by McGregor, dropping to his right. But what a tackle that was by Milner on the edge of his penalty area on Cholak. He knew about that.
Absolutely, seeing the danger, making sure your team don't concede. I'm just looking at the back of Matondo's shirt there, number 17, just below us. It's been ripped because Trent Alexander had a chunk of it just as he was on his way through.
These shirts that they wear are so flimsy, aren't they?
Not like the old days, John.
No.
Not like the old days.
Well,
made of cardboard in the old days, when they got wet, they were a nightmare.
It's ripped away. So the bottom part of his shirt is hanging down below his backside, so we can see a stretch of white shorts underneath his number 17. 2-0 Liverpool lead, nearly there for what will be their second win in the group this season. Napoli going great guns with that big win in Amsterdam tonight, 6-1 last we heard. So in a very strong position. Rangers have got to go there, but of course remember, Rangers won't be able to take away fans. No away tickets available for that match because of the what happened for the Rangers home match against Napoli, when the policing issue meant that there could be no Napoli fans. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who is the player who will come off and be replaced by Joe Gomez. And Jurgen Klopp's leading the applause down there, I noticed, on the side of the pitch, encouraging Anfield to applaud Alexander-Arnold, who's been under fire, under the microscope, but scored that excellent free kick tonight. And he leaves the field with the sound of Liverpool fans' applause in his ears.
Yeah, I think that's great management, and it really is allowing Trent to get a standing ovation from his fans, appreciating how well he's played tonight. I think Gomez knows he's going to get no time at all. He's sacrificing himself. Of course, Gaffer, no problem, as long as my teammate gets a rousing reception there for his part in this game tonight. And what a great goal. Brilliant Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yep. Liverpool 2, Rangers 0. And only a matter of a minute or so of added time to play. Ball high above the central third of the field. Fabinho got to it, a little slip actually by Lundstram, volleyed away to the halfway line though, was able to do that, but the ball bounces back for Liverpool and Tsimikas. Across it comes to Diaz. Diaz centrally turned, tried to play in Salah on the edge of the box, but was cut out by Barisic. Long ball downfield for Matondo with that ripped shirt. Matondo taking on Gomez and then finding Jack, and Jack's ball into the penalty area is just controlled and whipped away through the air directly towards us and taken down by Salah. And Salah now is off down the right wing up against King. King and Salah together. Salah's turned him, King recovers, just gets a little touch on that. He's quite a sturdy figure, the number 38, the teenager Leon King. Salah again, past Barisic this time, slips the ball into the edge of the box. Firmino turns, drags his foot across the ball. Elliott is there as well for Liverpool. Liverpool looking for a third goal, which would round it off really. But there will be no third goal. There is the final whistle. Comfortable victory for Liverpool tonight in this historic match, this first competitive meeting between Liverpool and Rangers. Rangers coming here looking for their first points, their first goal in the Champions League group stage this season, and they've managed to get neither. Liverpool winners with a goal in each half. Alexander-Arnold with that excellent free kick early on in the match, and then the penalty scored by Mo Salah in the second half. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, I think Roddy summed it up brilliantly earlier in the game. He said that the golfing class was the difference, and it's exactly that. I think Liverpool they wore Rangers down. When Rangers had a chance to play, they were put under so much pressure, they were forced to make errors. Liverpool, for 75% of that game, dominated, and I think Rangers had no answer whatsoever. Deserved, and the scoreline's about right as well.
Yeah, comfortable win for Liverpool tonight. Whether it's a return to form or not, well, I'm sure we'll discuss that over the course of the next 3/4 of an hour or so. It might be different at Ibrox next Wednesday. Let's wait and see what happens there. That too will be a grand occasion. But Liverpool winners here tonight at Anfield by 2-0.